Okay, live stream should be starting up soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything's set on up. The Twitter's up and going. Good. Tick is going. Good. Rumble's going up good. Yep, looks like that's going good. For the YouTube thumbnails update. Okay, YouTube looks is going good. Oh yeah, I need to those. Long story short, it's better for me to have on the screen to see the comments a bit better since it doesn't feel because it doesn't automatically put in the chat box. And let me just go ahead and check my other computer. Please give me another moment. Yep, looks like it's going good on my other computer. So let's go ahead and get started. Turks versus Franks, and I immediately butchered my word before I even started. This is going to be a great day now, ain't it? Greetings everyone, and great here of another Cupheroes Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on bottom right side as the Magenta Turks with Monkey Boy. Spawn on top left side as the Blue Franks. We have Goat Mincer. Looks like it's going immediately for the cow there. Got sheep. I think this is one of those mega random maps. Got mix of sheep and cows. Interesting. Let's go and cover civilization bonuses. The Turks, they are a gunpowder civilization. Gunpowder units get additional hit points. Chemistry is 50%, or chemistry is free, and gunpowder technology is 50% less. Gold mines work 20% faster. Scout, light cavalry, and hussars get +1 pierce armor, and light and hussar upgrades are free, so it makes it pretty good Speedway scout civilization. Text Sapaz. Cavalry archers get +20 health. And artillery +2 range on bombard towers, bombard cannons, and cannon galleons. In which cannon galleons could be a potential asset on this map, and will be able to reach very far inland. So you can build a dock right on this. I'm pretty sure you can. Demolition ships could also be used as well, if that is the case. And let's now talk about the Franks, a fan favorite. Cavalry civilization. Castles cost 25% less. Cavalries get additional hit points starting at feudal age. Mill technologies are free. Foragers work 50% faster, so a lot of food-based technologies or benefits there. Unique unit is the Throwing Axeman, a ranged melee throwing infantry unit. Unique text, Bearded Axe +1 range for Throwing Axeman, and Chivalry Sables work 40% faster, and Knights get +2 line of sight. And we do have now the Scouts to pull on field. Both civilizations apply excels at Scouts, though at this point in time, Frank Scouts are better, they have more health, and additional pierce armor will not be useful in this engagement. So the Turk player has to be very careful. He cannot win a standout equal fight. He has to play a bit dirty. And the Franks is playing a little bit dirty. He got one guy with a big pointy stick. And now I want one. Like the Turk player is eyeing to get some walls out. Very nice. There's no fishies to collect on this map. Though the wolf is trying to find some fishies himself. He's having trouble with it. Scouts not push away forward, trying to get an engagement here. The additional pierce armor will be useful to protect himself from the primary arrow of the town center. It does 5 damage, so it will be reduced down to 3 pierce armor, so down to 2 damage for the primary arrow. Granted, most town center fire comes from all the additional arrows, not exactly the primary arrow. Oh, trying to go to wall him in, and unsuccessful, and we'll find this villager there, and we'll start hacking him apart. Limb by limb. Does get the kill down the villager. He's able to retreat out through this way, and he does escape any pokes from those big pointy sticks. Doesn't poke out any eyes there. And right now, the Turk completely walled himself in. Very, very nice. And now he has his harassment force out and, well, harassing, and so far successful. Foray is almost clean done up there, so there's soon to be a breach, and we got, looks like there's already a breach there. We're going to focus down, try to pick out that scout. Does not pick off that wounded scout there. Now is very wounded. Villager's trying to shank some. Oh, did he not get a hit there on that villager? I guess not. Going for a bit of gold there. Let's take a look at this map. It's mega random. There's a lot of gold and stone in the center of the map. House getting hacked apart there. We got 2 small deposits of gold, 1 decent deposit of stone. I actually got 2 decent deposits here. 2 still not really a whole lot of gold on the map. All the other gold deposits are in the center. The stone's outside of his walls, but that can easily rectify. That's pretty easy to patch up. We'll have more houses. And speaking of housing, we do have this blue scouts being a bit of a home wrecker there, starting to break through this house now. So he's starting to get repaired on up. Man House says he'll pick up, repair his house as it starts getting damaged. We've got multiple houses now being damaged now, so we've got multiple home wreckers for the French. Got some palisade walls there. There's still breach over here as well as over here, so still not fully walled in. And the other breach is actually not a breach. Now it's starting to repair up the other housing as well. There's a lot of surface area in this house that can be passed out damage. If you take a look here, actually is slowly being repaired up, so he is out repairing all the damage, but that is a constant drain on his income. That's really income on his reserves. Not only from spending resources to repair the housing, but also to simply to have these villagers not collecting resources. So overall, the Frank has more income at the moment. We got 32 villagers versus 34 villagers. So the Turk is behind on villager count as well, even though he did pick off 1 or 2 villagers. We got 4 scouts over here. He has a stable and barracks on this side. He has to start pulling out some spearmen to go around. And right now, let's switch over to the Turk. We are seeing bloodlines being researched and Castle Age. We see Castle Age from both sides. No spearmen at the moment. And he's against Franks. Good idea to go for some spearmen in general. And we also now got melee attack for blue, while pink is going for bloodlines, which will give him some health, extra additional health. Oh wait, Castle Age will also give pink light cavalry. There's a timing push that pink will have. He will have his Castle Age to pull it out sooner, but we got the +1 attack for these scouts. I brought some more housing here. And Castle Age should almost be complete for pink. His palisade walls will be destroyed shortly. He needs to get this hole patched up, and does get it patched up in time. It's a very narrow hole as well. And now here comes light cavalry. This is a massive push there by pink, and right now they're at 8 damage, 80 health versus 6 damage at 54 health. So these light cavalry are superior to the scouts. And now blue has his own Castle Age. It's going for his light cavalry research now. He has to stall out for it. Try and engage these light cavalry. Additional light cavalry is advancing forward. It looks like the blue scouts are going to stall out for light cavalry research, and we do have a knight on the build queue after the light cavalry research. And now has a light cavalry research. He may want to turn around and fight. He has more health in general. I think he's slight outnumbered, but Pink's force was already pretty wounded there. Right now, these light cavalry are actually only at 72 health. He does not have access to bloodlines as being Frank. Let's pick up some of these forces. We've got the single camel advance forward. Does slice apart one of those light cavalry, getting some other hits. Now do got the spearman pushing forward. It will get some great damage from that camel there. The spearman will pose a hard counter to the camels, but we do have the camels there, which will be a hard counter to the knight. Looks like the Frank has already built up 2 additional town places there. That's very nice. Would be skyrocketing in villager count, while Pink only has the 1 villager queue at the moment. Oops, I actually clicked off the screen. We do have now the town center now being constructed by Pink now, but still he'll be down in town center, and he's already have less villagers and opponents, so now there's going to be less villagers. Trying to pull out some more light cavalry, getting town patrol, and I hear relics being claimed, and pink, it has the monster. It's Barber's Wall, and we'll get a relic now. Overall, wait. Got 3 relics outside of blue's base. Pink only has the... Okay, it looks like both players have 3 relics outside their initial base. There's no additional relics on the map. Sorry, the mega random map, I had to take a look at that. It looks like these knights now are being pursued by these camels. This knight will likely go down next swipe. Could that monk be eyeing a forward relic? No, he is not. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Get that one picked up. He has another monk on the field. He could try stealing his opponent's relics. That would be net him some good gold income. Some gold tithe. Ooh, what happened there? There's a lot of dead corpses there. Sorry I missed that. That may have been from that knight engagement or scout engagement earlier. That knight does get picked on off. Light cavalry picked it off there. Got this monk here. You could try getting conversion off on one of these knights. Camels may want to escort this monk as well. The monk's going to try to go for the conversion. And does get the conversion right there. And does manage to open up a gate there. Blue's now playing out his own monastery. And now he's getting out some pikemen as well as more monks, but not any more knights at the moment. And we've got Pink Scout trying to break out of this area.
Alright.
Monk has stolen that relic. We still got relic safely back here, but this relic could potentially be snagged. Unlikely, however, as unlikely as this monk will get back there. He at least still has another monk on the field, so he can perhaps reclaim this relic. He may want to play escort duty for the time being. He has enough camels for it. These scouts are oh so wounded, trying to harass his opponent. And the monk will recover this relic. Right now, there's 2 relics claimed by Pink. Where's the last relic on Pink's side? It may be on a monk's hand somewhere. Pink Scout claimed the 3rd relic. Got these camels taking apart those pikemen there. And only 1 camel went down as opposed to all those pikemen. Very good engagement. Got the monk there trying to heal it up. He does actually pick off that monk there, or that... Maybe that relic was there the entire time. Can't remember, but I think he may have picked off another monk. Picks that one up. You can... Oh, I guess you can store 4 relics in there. I'm just used to Age of Empires 4, where you can only store the maximum of 3 relics. Let's go ahead and converts himself a camel rider there. Very nice. Pink right now is eyeing for more knights, more villagers. Blue has a significant more number of villagers, and since he has 3 town centers, the longer the game goes on, the better. And soon, both these players must be pretty... I know they're still printing gold left for Pink, and they're still playing gold, and not a whole lot of gold for Blue. Both sides are consuming gold quickly. Monk getting conversion somewhere. I think there may have been another conversion. Nope, this monk is still recovering. This monk's trying to get the conversion off. And looks like Blue overall loses this fight. He just needs to get pikemen. Just go for mass pikemen at this moment. His opponent's only building camels and knights. Now Blue got a forward castle being put on the field. Very nice. Picks off that unit there. This castle will be on the high ground, giving a great defensive advantage. It's also able to secure up some more stone. Enough stone to build himself a castle and a half, as well as a gold deposit. Blue's now eyeing more pikemen, sanctity, knights, monks. Going for a nice mixed force of everything. Monk's going to be very useful to help convert this force. But now this castle is built, and he's going to need a battering ram for it. And now do have this mining camp there, even claiming some stone here. Very nice. He's getting both resources while the villagers not exactly properly being tasked. This castle doesn't have fletching, so it doesn't get increased range, so he's being saved by that. Let's get a conversion there. He may be splitting his conversion there. I think he converted himself a knight there as well. Yeah, 120 health. That's definitely not a Frank knight. Let's see if we can find a Frank knight. Yeah, maybe it was a Frank knight. I thought Frank knights would have a little bit more health. I must be mistaken. My apologies. Oh yeah, it's plus 20% health for the Frank bonus, while the Bloodline's plus 20 health. So, in the base health of Knights are 100, so that would be equal. I'm gonna hack apart this house. Got this little bit of flanking force area. He will not be able to engage the castle. And now we do have these animals quickly picking off these knights now. But it's just one of them. The scout will fall back. Got these pikemen trying to stab these animals, poking their eyes out. He gains great damage across multiple camels. Doesn't pick any of them off. But he may still have monks somewhere. But we do have now Janissaries been put on field. Going for not necessarily pike and shot, but shot of horse. And camel. House now receiving fire damage. Deciding to build another house. Trying to keep that house repaired. May need to sacrifice his forces. Quite wounded. The monk is healing up, but will need to take time to heal it up. It's not Byzantines. Need extra health healing effect. Oops, sorry about that. Repair up some of these houses, build some more housing. And I heard a conversion there. Able to get himself one free knight. Very nice. Blue still advancing forward, but Blue's legit is still in good position there. Going from the castle, these Janissaries are being used in large numbers. It's very good. And now Pink's advancing to Imperial Age. I did not realize that. I had Blue selected. And Blue's nowhere near close to Imperial Age. What is Pink eyeing? Going for Archer armor. More Janissaries. He's getting second castle now, so he can build up more Janissaries. Maybe one eye for a trebuchet will start pushing forward to the home space. He's building a lot of houses there to hold back his opponent. Looks like the Frank player is not much of a home wrecker, and now he's trying to rotate around, trying to go for conversion there. Does get conversion there. And now we have a big engagement here. Janissaries in the back line, gains some good damage from these pikemen. I don't think Blues realize he's being attacked right now. And now he's picking the Blues force will go down. These monks are trying to stay away. Pikemen trying to pursue the mounted force, but the Janissaries will clean them up. Gets off that one there. And now just leaving these three monks. One of them can get conversions off, two of them can get conversions off, the other one's pretty close to recharge, and it looks like Knights did actually break through somewhere. I'm not so sure where. But those will cause some problems there. Oh, more Knights over here. He broke through this region. This house was not fully built. So now there's a bunch of Knights in Pink's back line. Remember as well, the Frank's player still has a massive reserve of villagers. Even though he's been losing engagement after engagement, he can tolerate these losses. Pink cannot. He cannot be tolerating any of these villagers going down. He has Blue nearly has twice the number of villagers, so he's still in a great position there. There's actually a stable there? How the hell did he get a stable there? Did he convert it from monks? He does convert a... No, that is definitely the French architecture. So he didn't convert it there with the monks. Now got Hussars now deployed on the field. Remember, he gets that upgrade free. Blue's now deploying on another castle in this region. And now do have the elite Janissary being researched. We got pikemen being deployed on out, as well as the Imperial Age for the Frank. And somehow monks are in the back line of next to these villagers. This game went a little bit crazy, but now Pink needs to start building patching up these walls. Pink's in a good, has won multiple engagements, but overall he's still not in a game-winning stance. Over this blue castle here, he's going for multiple castles. He's claiming most of this island. Remember as well, this is where all the late game gold is at. Pink has to destroy these castles. We do have a trebuchet here, hitting the wrong castle in my opinion. He needs to hit this one. He's denying a lot of these gold deposits. Blue's just going to go for the field control game, which is good. Pink will need more trebuchets now. He's getting more trebuchets out as well as Janissaries, very nice. Knights pushing me forward. There has been a number of pikemen to support them. And now Blue's in Imperial Age. Camo is trying to clean up this garrison. There's two knights on the inside. Now let's see, can you get bombards? Let's see what other research he can and can't get. He can't get halberdiers, so he may want to get halberdier research. Though right now, yeah, halberdiers would be always useful. His opponents are playing out a lot of camels, and the chance of him fighting hussars and camels is very likely. Janissaries will still pose a problem, but that's what he's going to have to deploy his knights and scouts for, his own hussars. Got 22 Janissaries here. That is a significant number. Trebuchet is now trying to hit this castle. The Frank player needs to go for some bombards. And now dudes have got the Cavalier research for Blue. Blue is not building anymore. Okay, we got more villagers there. Now reviewing up everything. Knights of Fates forward, trying to engage his forces. I wonder if he has murder holes. Does not have murder holes. Most people don't get murder holes. But those knights did get murdered without the holes. I got a good number of pikemen of Fates forward just stabbing a lot of housing. He does have plenty of spare population room for the time being. Going for a defensive castle here. Very nice. Having trouble maintaining his front line. Or his back line. And now we got all of these pikemen poking away at these holes. It's not one of those situations where there's a bunch of... Ooh, Mangonel goes down. Not a case where there's termites ability you can just knock it over and falls apart. But trebuchets are pretty good at knocking down stuff, such as castles. Camels push way forward. Can Turk get heavy camels? Yes, he can get heavy camels, and we have these pikemen falling back. Blue's villagers eyeing for another fort castle. He's trying to do a field control game, but he has to deal with these trebuchets. These castles mean nothing if they can't stay up. Cavaliers now pulling field, more Janissaries. He's getting flushing just simply for better castles. He's great damage there. He's at pop cap. He's losing all these castles, which are useful for population growth, or population space. And castles are cheaper for the Franks as well. I can advance forward, but having trouble poking this trebuchet. Clearly they haven't learned how to swing their pikes. After all, they're also Aegis halberdiers. Those are meant for swinging. Those could be useful at chopping down trebuchets, right? Cavaliers taking out that camel there. I can take out those camels as well, and there's now another blue castle. Is he going for another castle, or is he going for all that castles of Myers? I'm not sure what he's doing. Got some backline stables there. Blues have great field control in the center. He's going for another castle here. Castle crawling. Trebuchet's now moving over to rotate. Got Cavaliers about ready to engage. There's still a very large number of Janissaries. 35 elite Janissaries. They do also have feat range, which is significant. Starting to engage his Cavaliers. Cavaliers are very durable. Have 144 health. You may need to get Paladin research to help him resist the hand candy fire, just get more health. But he does lose all those Cavaliers, which is an expensive loss. And Blue surrenders? I suppose the villager count was being evened out. He just couldn't deal with all the Janissaries. He was sending small squads around and was unable to decipher to destroy those Janissaries. If he was able to destroy those Janissaries, he would have easily won. I think he surrendered too early, in my opinion. Look at the resources. Yeah, he still had plenty of food and gold. He surrendered far, far too early. By the way, this end grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Portuguese versus the Huns. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another HBAR's 2 Definitive Edition replays. On the left side as the red Portuguese, we have Powler. On the right side as the blue Huns, we have Slop. We have our arena map here, so this should be interesting for the Huns, so they don't have to worry about building houses. But either way, Portuguese, they are a naval and gunpowder civilization. All units cost 20% less gold, 4 years generate wood in addition to food. But there's plenty of food and wood on the map, but it does of course make 4 years just a little bit more effective in order to replace your wood lumberjacks or just to eye for more food. Chips not important, and can build fit Arita's Imperial Age. Unique units, the organ gun, it's not a siege unit like. I don't like the rework, I honestly don't like how it originally was. If they should really design to make it more look like a Mangonel or Scorpion. They tried to make it more like a Scorpion, but it really didn't do that in my opinion. And a Caravel. Unique text, Karak, worthless on this map. Arquebus. Gunpowder units fire more active, which can be very useful. Technology research 25% faster. He behaves totally weird. Not sure what's going on, like what he was talking about there. Or the Huns. They are cavalry civilization. They do not need do not need houses. They do need Huns. But they start with 100 less wood. Cavalry archers cost less in Castle Age and even less in Feudal Age. Trebuchets fire more accurately, make it good for Treb Wars. Nucleus Target, which should be actually decent on this mapping, able to break through these palisade walls. Unique text, Marauders, can create target stables. Atheism, it's a bit of a, still not that great of a research. And team modes, stables work 20% faster, which actually is very nice. Scouts now trying to break his way through with these man-at-arms, hacking apart the market. Got a blacksmith right there. And going for a secondary palisade gate to protect his palisade gate. Or, not really to protect the palisade gate, because it's on the other side. Man-at-arms trying to break through that market now. It is being repaired up by a villager and getting out repaired. Villager still repairing away, should be almost fully repaired relatively soon, which will make her stop repairing. Fast forward a little bit, got a market over here. It's close with wood. Okay, they may be chatting with each other. One person may be speaking, one person may be typing. Not so sure what's going on right there. But you got Castle Age for the Hun. The Portuguese player is already at Castle Age, going for more villagers, eyeing for another town center there to protect the stone deposit. Very nice. And there's one less man at arms. Oh, there's the other man at arms trying to break down the palisade gate now. Got some early farms going on up. We got some farms being pulled out over here. The 4A is still being collected. Now I've got another town center for Red. Right now, Red does have a slight villager advantage. He already got 2 town centers already pulled out for the Hun. He was immediately ready to pull out those town centers, so the villager count should rapidly even out, or be relatively close, 43 to 41. So they have a 2 villager apart. It does confirm. Oh, I think he deleted that one. Yeah, the monk is at still 100% conversion, so he deletes that man-at-arm and pulls back the other 2. You may just want to camp these relics with these man-at-arms. That's probably the best thing you can do with them for the rest of the game. More farms being placed on out, so it should be easier for the Hun player to place out farms so that he doesn't have to worry about building housing. We got a 4th town center for Red as well. So both sides just have mass eco, but no additional town center for Blue. He could be eyeing for a Federia. University. Maybe he is eyeing for Imperial Age. Got Fletching also being researched as robotics and arrow. And maybe eyeing for some Arbalest. Let's see, Portuguese. Oh no, that's definitely for cavalry archers. This is the Portuguese player. He's probably going to be eyeing for gunpowder. And look at this, his town is completely full up. He is starting to take some stone, start building some stone walls this way as well. The slide is almost complete. Now it's complete. Now Blue has reached Imperial Age. Now do have some cavalry archers in the field. Let's go ahead and slow down a moment since Blue's now making his advance. Does spot these stone walls now and a fortified stone gate. He may need to get out a battering ram to help push through these walls. A very large number of archer ranges there, so he's going full in the cavalry archers. This gate has 6 pierce armor, and these cavalry archers have 10 damage. So each arrow will do 4 damage each. We got more archer ranges being pulled on by Red. He may be fighting hand cannoneers, so we've got chemistry being pulled on the field. He's going heavily in villagers. He does have some time. The fortified palisade gate is going to buy him some time, but he needs something. Pull out some skirmishers. He needs some mass before he gets out some hand cannoneers. He also needs population space. He needs to get a lot of housing pulled out quickly, because right now he's lacking any sort of military. And his opponent has a sizable military mode. He's not hitting the palisade, the fortified gate anymore. Castle, that'll be useful for protecting his back line. Does he have ballistics? He is getting chemistry. He does not have ballistics at the moment. He gains a good conversions there, very nice. These cavalry archers right now have 7 range. The monks have 9 range. Now I do have a capped ram not on the field as my voice is starting to crack. Let me get some more fluid into me. Multiple capped rams now put on the field. Castle going on up. Lumberyard now being put out there. They're getting pretty close to each other. And now we do have the cap branch forward, which does pose a threat to the castle. You have some skirmishers here, very good. Just seeing skirmishers, Mangonel, and now a organ gun. The organ gun only has 4 pierce armor, 7 range, same range as the cavalry archers. So the cavalry archers will be able to put some holes into those organ guns. Do we not see heavy cavalry archer research? He's not building heavy cav archer research nor parking tactics. Parking tactics will provide some great pierce armor as well as regular armor. We do now have these elite skirmishers trying to get some damage on in. Cavalry archers trying to hit these siege weapons. Mangonel receiving some fire. It does get body blocked by that organ gun and tree. Now got siege rams being put on field. Very nice. He's forced to bring villagers to engage these siege rams. They do have negative armor, so villagers will do bonus damage versus these siege rams. But the damage output is still not all that great. The siege rams have 270 health. Starting to grab the Mangonel. Mangonel trying to get some shots on end. It does get one of those siege capped rams. Siege rams will push me forward. It's been a while since last season siege rams in a multiplayer game. So it's nice to see that. Mangonel finds a 4 hits there. These are archers actually as well. Get some good hits there. They do have 8 range. And now he's trying to focus down these onagers. Takes out both those onagers there. Some of these those are starting to go on down. And this is the problem. He stalled for too long, not getting out enough skirmishers. He should have just gone massive number of skirmishers when he saw those cavalry archers. Another cap ram does go down. Does see the siege workshop. We're gonna go for defensive castle here with the nearby palisade walls and all the housing walls. Should be given some good defense, but not exactly a perfect defense. You also have even Bracer now research for the Portuguese player. He has Bracer and Archer armor, so that's his elite skirmishers are fully kitted out. Does he have ballistics? He does have ballistics as well as chemistry. They're fully kitted out, and this Leonard Tree Sphere is actually going to be very useful for Red in order to keep this area secure. So this area is actually quite safe. We got some siege workshops being pulled out over here. I'm going to pull out some battering rams. Cavalry archers getting some little picks there. Very nice. It's good damage from Town Center. Town Center currently has 9 pierce armor, so these cavalry archers will only do 1 damage each. And he is in range of Town Center, gain some damage onto them. And they are not heavy cav archers yet. And that's a bit of a mistake, I would say. You could go for some heavy cav archers, just give them more stats. Got a lot of capped rams on the field. I like to see that. Get some good damage there. And he does manage to get these light cavalry pushers forward. Does take out an onager there. And now got a massive wave of captains from the field. Hussar has just been researched. And these are all mostly in these siege workshops over here. Very nice. Deploying out a stone gate behind the palisade gates. Very nice. But right now, Red is contained to his base. He could potentially build a Federita. He may be eyeing something here. He does have an outpost here. Blue needs to keep an eye on this region. Red's about to make a breach in this region. Red may want to get out of a castle over here as soon as he can in order to help protect that potential breach. He's spawning a castle over here, trying to protect this region. Here, Exotic Doggo fighting some of these guys. Not sure where. Let's find some of these villagers trying to collect this wood. He perhaps this area is probably would have saved to collect wood, or right there. Just generally right here.
Game already!
Wait. Oh, looks like Blue had to take a phone call and had to resign. Ah, this is a shame. This sounded great saying, thank you for watching and on to next replay. But let's be honest, the Hun was winning that game, looks like. Greetings everyone, and great here. Another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on top right side as the red poles. We have XXXXX, and spawn on bottom left or bottom side as the blue Ethiopians. We have Angel, IR, Cole. Let's take a look at each player's civilization bonuses. The poles are a cavalry civilization. Villagers have health regen starting in feudal age, so that help them recover from additional repeated raids. Bulwarks replace the mill, which does give a little bit of immediate value from pulling out farms. And stone mines generate gold addition to the stone, which is very, very nice to have. So you can start getting some early stone in preparation for your castle age. Unique units is the Oblique, which is an armor-ripping unit, as well as a Winged Hussar, an alternative to the final Hussar. Unique text is Sacrilege Privileges. Nice cost 60 pellets gold, making them pretty close to trash, but not necessarily trash. And Lyctic Legacy, Light Cavalry deals trample damage. Team bonus is Scout Cavalry, Light Cavalry, and Hussars do +1 attack for the archer, making them more effective as a counter. Blue over here, the Ethiopians, they are archer civilization. Archers fire 18% faster, receive additional food and gold when based on next age. Pikeman upgrade is free. I wonder if that does not appear to affect Halberdier based on that wording. Unique in it is a Short-Tail Warrior, which I'm not familiar with what the Short-Tail Warrior does. Raw Air, Short-Tail Warriors and Camel units receive -3 damage from mounted units, making it more effective as a counter to cavalry, or at least make them as a soft counter to hard counter. Portion Engine increases blast radius of siege workshop units, which is very effective for the Onager line. And outposts get +3 in this line of sight and cost no stones, so you can go for cheap, even cheaper outposts there. They're like, what, 25 wood without the stone costs? The stone costs like 5, something really cheap as well, but you don't have to worry about that anymore. The scout villager there does lose a scout in return, but that's probably a great trade for red. Right now, red has 26 villagers versus this opponent's 24. Blue's a little bit behind producing villagers, and now they have the scout trying to hack apart this house. We got a sizable force here, as my voice starts cracking once again. Archer and man-at-arms trying to find an alternative engagement. We got these scouts moving around trying to find another engagement. There is a wounded villager here. That seems like a good target. Oop, doesn't realize that villager's wounded. Does not focus on the wounded villager right there. That wounded villager is a very good thing, a good item perhaps to potentially dive. Go for a line of palisade walls there in order to secure his wood line. Very nice. He does not take out that palisade wall in time. These villagers will be hit a little bit. And now we've got a pair of archers trying to engage like cavalry. Takes out another villager there. Good picks there by red. Blue's now down to 25 villagers for his opponent's 28, so he's down by currently 2. Make that 2.5 for the villager timings, I would say. And we do got a couple villagers here. He may be eyeing for a tower push. Gold deposit's right there. Wait, his gold deposit's right there, which means if he locks that down, he could deny his opponent's gold entirely. This is a bit of an oversight, him not taking out that, or securing that gold. He's going for this tower, trying to deny the wood, in which that is only wood deposit in his walls as well. but it will be easy to re-wall in this little wood deposit here. Just simply extend out this way, the lumber camp over here. Blues and Fancy Forward has a sizable force here with 3 archers, 3 man-at-arms, 1 spearman, 1 scout. Got some defensive skirmishers here, very nice. And these archers could advance it forward and deny this gold. This gold could easily be denied of his opponent. Trying to go for some palisade walls there. Oh no, these are full stone walls. Oh. These hits there on these villagers, very nice. Even though Blue's lost a large number of villagers, he is actually in a pretty good position right now, able to take aggression to his opponent. He also has a bit of high ground there to fight those skirmishers from. He does have fletching, skirmishers have fletching as well. After all, everybody needs a stabilized throwing spear. Archer and spearman holding the line right there. Trying to advance it forward. That is a full work, not a town center. You got a tower over here as well. And we do have these villagers still inside this tower now. I would say build the rest of the walls and make his villagers over here and build a tower on this gold deposit. Scout getting some great damage there on these skirmishers. A lot of these skirmishers are oh so wounded. Starting to hit this gold deposit now. A lot of these skirmishers, like I mentioned before, are very wounded. These archers do pose a threat to these skirmishers. But he's not really hitting right there. Does get one of the skirmisher, picks off another skirmisher. He's overkilling the wounded skirmish policy. Probably not. These guys do have 4 pierced armor at the moment. He has got his archer armor research. Those are still inside this tower as well. And I do have these archers falling on back. Now, sure, the 50% bonus damage will allow him to get, or no, it's just 25% bonus damage. Not sure if that will allow him to do 2 damage, but Polish still just 1. Not sure how the rounding works in this game. Looks like some of these stone walls have been built, but I don't think the other ones have been fully built. Maybe they have. It's hard seeing how this one is, so I think they have been fully built. A bit of stone there. Oh yeah, the poles, they can generate gold from stone. So denying the stone deposit doesn't mean he actually denies any gold income. So he could actually claim the stone in order to get the gold. Don't go for gold, try to go for silver instead. Yeah, that's a horrible joke. Villagers now backing out of that region. Remember as well, oh, Blue actually has a superior number of villagers remote. Very nice. I was going to say, these villagers have not been tasked for quite some time, so he's probably behind on economy, but he does have a superior number of villagers. Granted, he still has less villagers gathering for quite some time. The entire time. But nonetheless, the villager count is still quite similar. Going for Watchtower over here, very nice. And going for a line of palisade walls as well. Blue's not going for his Castle Age, red. It's now just started its Castle Age as well as getting some mining technologies, the gold mine. Sorry if you hear my microphone when I'm sitting down my drink. It's attached to the same table I used to set down my drink. Got this forces starting to advance on forward. My voice has been cracking recently. That's why it seems like I'm a little bit quiet, because I'm trying to conserve my voice a little bit, as well as get some fluid into me. Do you now have this watchtower fully deployed on the field? Gain some hits there onto that scout. Not a whole lot of damage, however. He's starting to throw some guys inside the tower. 4 guys at the moment. He will need all 5 villagers in there since he has fletching researched. And now we do have crossbows research. We do have bodkin arrow as well. Knight on the build queue. And he could go point blank range in that tower in order to fire his arrows from up there to deny the food, as well as probably a bit of wood, but he's trying to recoil the line over here. Red's now advanced to the Castle Age. We're going to see some knights being pulled in the field, as well as some skirmishers. Not getting the elite skirmisher upgrade just yet. This scout could start hacking parts of the tower while at it, but right now is in a hold ground stance. And Horsebutt is backing himself into the door of the tower. Tower now has 7 pierce armor. These village crossbows do 7 damage, and there goes the scout. Knight receiving a bit of damage as well. There's 2 red scouts on the field, as well as a good number of skirmishers. Red does not have the elite skirmisher research on the build queue. You can't get it, right? Yes, again. These knights are picking off that pikeman, very nice. You notice against the Lithuanians, which tend to, or Poles, they tend to deploy a lot of cavalry. A lot of Slavic nations tend to throw out a lot of their cavalry based. A lot of mainland Europe civilizations are cavalry based. So when you get the Mediterranean is we start getting less cavalry based. You got these crossbows moving around. You have these knights pursuing the knight. And you get these crossbowmen being pursued by knights as well. So red is pushing back his opponent. We got 10 villagers on a single build queue. That's not something great. You may want to eye for some additional town centers. But right now he spent all his stone on towers. Blue has got an additional town center. Only 1, however. Villager will start advancing in more villager count. Got 51 versus 42. Red may need to eye for some more stone income just to get out more town centers. And Blue just going heavy crossbowmen. Red should eye a lot of skirmishers in return. Knight advancing forward, trying to get some slices onto these villagers.
Ow.
He does find a couple volleys there onto that villager. So that tower up there, crossbowmen trying to engage these knights. Blue's knights can easily go down, but more of these knights are severely wounded. In fact, one has, well, I thought that was 1 health, but it actually has 5 health. Has 4 pierce armor, so the crossbows will take it on 2 hits, not 1 hit. We do got a single scorpion now pulling a few. Knights mates forward, may find some hits there. Skirmishers doing a good job warding away these crossbowmen. Blue's eyeing for more crossbowmen now, as well as more villagers. Lumber camp still being picked away. Another mining or lumber camp over there, cleaning up. Will be making breaches his own little walls there. There's some safe wood deposits there, and you can perhaps pick up some fishies. Crossbow making way forward, and we'll take out that villager. Villager was trying to build an outpost, but did scout out the crossbowman at least. Got 50 villagers versus 66. Red has 2 town centers currently deployed on the field. Blue currently has 2 productive villager queues as well. Trying to split on these knights, let's pick off 1 there. There's just a lot of crossbowmen in this region. He has some skirmishers here. You really should eye the elite skirmisher research, but now do have a Mangonel on the field. Knight may have not spotted there, but does dodge that shot there. These 21 crossbowmen really don't stick around these siege weapons. The scorpions down to 2 health. It will take 2 arrows to finish it off. Does take out that blue knight as well. Red knights are advancing forward. 8 knights may not be enough to deal with all these archers, but if they have low ground damage versus high ground damage, that's another story. And now he's starting to engage with these knights. Trying to pick off as many as he can. spreading damage across multiple crossbow there, which is very good. He does back himself into a corner there, so now he gets a stand fight. Counselor is also firing some arrows as well. Blue's Knight does get picked on off. Looks like these crossbow may go down right there. And does decide to abandon that area when there's only one crossbow left, so good engagement there by red. Skirmishers, however, may pick him off, finish him off. No Bodkin arrow research for red either. He's not really eyeing to have a good number of skirmishers for defense. Big wave of villagers now advancing on forward, trying to deploy a castle on the high ground. Very nice. Which may deny us gold deposit there, but his opponent's gold deposit is actually, it's been largely consumed, while this gold deposit still has plenty of gold remaining. Though there's still a small gold deposit over here for blue to claim if needed. And no, he's not eyeing the castle on the high ground. He's going for the castle right next to the wood line. And that should be ranged in the town center as well. Got the aggressive town center or castle being put on view. He should have enough villagers here to get it built without losing it. Now Blue's eyeing for a defensive castle on the high ground. Red's Maganelli is pushing forward, trying to find an angle on these villagers. By the shot there, gets some good damage there. Does break through the palisade gate there. Red's castle is now complete. Osman trying to defend. Blue has not avoiding defensive pikemen in this region. Castle trying to go on up, and Blue does cast them GG. Oh, the Zangrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another HMARS 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the red Malay, we have Wacky Chan. Spawn on the left side as the blue Khmer, we have a foreign name. Let's take a look at each player's civilization bonuses, blah. Malay, naval civilization, advance to the next age is 66% faster, which means more villagers. Fishing traps cost 33, that's no naval map. There are some pawns there, but not a lot of navy stuff is not going to be useful. Battle elephants cost 30% less in castle and 40% less in Imperial Age. Infantry armor upgrades are free, which is going to be very important because unique units, Gambit Warrior, a dirt cheap, quick spawning infantry unit. It's not really the important part. Battle across the docks to harbors is not important. And Forced Levy, this is the important part. Militia line, gold costs replaced by additional food costs, making your two-handed swordsmen trash units. The free infantry armor upgrades is going to be very good to transition to those later on as well. It's a good combination of a upgrade and a bonus. Blue, the Khmer, they are a siege and elephant civilization. No buildings required to advance the next stage, which can be useful, but mostly more in arena maps in my opinion. Farmers don't require mills and towns to drop off food, so you can place them to a corner, back line, without having to worry about mills. Battle elephants move 10% faster. Villagers can garrison houses. Unique units to Ballista Elephant, Mounted Scorpion. A score. Battle elephants get +3 attack and double crossbow. Ballista elephants and scorpions fire 2 projectiles and +1 range for the scorpions as a team bonus. This actually is very powerful for a team bonus. Most stuff doesn't provide range, but then again, most people don't play up scorpions, now do they? We got the scouts and the spearmen trying to find a breach. You will go ahead and cast that hole up before it gets lost. And now we do have a mill being put out here, not mill, farm. Remember, he can deploy mills or farms out everywhere. It may be a good idea to put them all in the back line. Now it's going to be a bit of a home wrecker trying to break through this house now. Trying to repair out the house's damage there. We got a good number of blue scouts in this region. There are 3 scouts here as well. One slightly wounded, but that spearman does pose a massive threat to blue scout. Right now, the villager count is in favor of red, 31 to 29. Very nice. Over here, we do have these scouts pushing forward, and he's trying to claim this gold deposit now. Trying to get this one repaired on up. This mining camp is almost fully built. Now it's fully built. And we still got this house under siege. This house is seeing quite a bit of damage as well. We do got a single spearman that could push forward to poke some of these guys' eyes out. Go to fast forward a little bit, and now we got the house now being repaired on up. We got another scout there as well. Got 2 defensive spearmen, very nice. And this house is still being repaired on up. And now Blue's facing forward with a whole bunch of villagers here. He's eyeing for a defensive tower there. He's trying to put some pressure on this gold deposit. Now he's going for another house there. Spearmen trying to stop these villagers. But Spearmen are overall not very good for villagers. But now Red Scouts starts pushing forward. Blue Scouts engage the Spearman there. He does get managed the tower up. Does get 3 villagers on the inside. Get some extra damage onto these villagers, trying to build a defensive tower there. And now Red can throw more villagers in here to get extra arrows. Overall, Red will win this tower war. Looks like Red's maybe on high ground as well, but does pinch off that villager there. Very nice. Scouts trying to push their way forward. Right now, the villager count is 37 to 37. And there is a breach right there. No, there is not. Looks like Blue's going to be invading his tower there. Blacksmith's now seeing a bit of fire there. And now it's starting to be repaired on up. And Blue's tower does go down. Red's now in Castle Age. Blue's Castle Age is on the way. And we're just seeing more villages, more spearmen for Red. I'm for nothing real aggressive at the moment. Blue Scouts are advancing forward, trying to break holes here on these palisade walls. Spearmen trying to engage them, getting some good damage onto them. Spearmen looks like in a bit of a spread formation. Now you got the pikemen research there. Here, the monk trying to convert one of these light cavalry. Where is that monk located at? Not sure where that monk's located at. Was it right there? And he got picked off? I'm not sure. As much as I click and drag, I do not find that monk, so maybe been killed off. Scouts trying to break through these palisade walls once again. Need some damage there. Going for more defensive palisade walls. Oops, I put in slow motion. Now do you have these pikemen advance forward, trying to get some damage onto these villagers. He does wall himself there, trying to get this siege workshop up and going, maybe trying to eye for some forward mangonels. Blue's right now not really pulling out a military force here, and these pikemen are going to get some great work in. Does manage to destroy Castle Walls' palisade walls there to escape out his villager, but the villager still may go down. He's quite wounded. Does have, of course, 1 hack armor. And his spearmen will do 5 damage each, so do 4 damage each. And does manage to escape out in time with that villager there. Very nice. This guy's pushing way forward, finding more and more pikemen. Very nice. And right now, Blue is eyeing for some scorpions. Very nice. Like Cavalry maybe trying to pick off some of these pikemen one at a time, but does manage to get a little bit surrounded there. Does get the scorpion deployed. Not really getting good damage there. Now the scorpion's starting to get overran. Does have another scorpion here. Does find a good shot there. Pikeman not rotating over there. Now we'll be picking off this scorpion. It has no inherent hack armor. Villagers now picking off some of these pikemen there. And the pikemen do go down. Blue's castle now deployed on out, both players from Castle Age. This is more of a forward defensive castle on some high ground. Got a market here as well as a barracks. His pikemen gain some damage there onto this siege workshop. The scouts, like cavalry, moving around, trying to find some sort of engagement. And I do have now the capsule pulled out, and do have some ballista elephants being researched. You know as well, he cannot get heresy. So no anti-heresy laws here. And now there's the ballista elephant pushed before. It has only 5 range. Scorpions have 8 range, so they're not completely exclusive of each other, but having a mix of both can be very useful. And not to mention, the ballista elephant has a 270 health versus just 40. We're gonna get conversion off there. Not to mention, ballista elephants can be healed up by monk healing. And now I've got the converted pikemen holding the line there. Got another scorpion in the region. It's good damage there onto these pikemen. Pikeman does not get a stab on the ballista elephant. That scorpion does go down. Now we're seeing some extra damage there. One pikeman does go down there. Both of those pikemen go down. And does finish off that last scorpion. I go for this monk here. That's going to kill off that monk there. Very nice. Red's now going for his own castle. Right now, Red has claimed 1 relic. Got more relic, another relic being claimed by Blue. Got another town center here. Or from, looks like Blue's designed for more villagers. Right now the villager queue is 81 to 81, so the villager count is even. Red's not pulling out any villagers there. That may be an oversight. He has plenty of gold, but not enough food to age up. But he may be saving up to age up now. He cannot get Gambersons. He can only get supplies. And now I do have Imperial Age being on the build queue for Red. Blue's not getting, is getting his own Imperial Age as well. So far, there'll be a slight villager advantage for Blue. Their Imperial Age timing will be very similar. I also got this Light Cavalry picking off another monk there. Very nice. This Light Cavalry will go down to the pikemen. I get a conversion there now. Light Cavalry is trying to hack apart this palisade wall. Now I've got proxy stables now being put on field. Got the bear being unbearable. Gets stabbed and shanked by a villager. And that pikeman does go down. I think it was actually converted by this monk now, wasn't he? The command player does... Oh, he does have pikeman. No, he does only have the spearman. He doesn't have the pikeman researched. We do not have Imperial Age for Red. Here, conversion off. He does convert one of these villagers there. Very nice. He remembers well, Malay does get a faster age up time, which is very nice. He's going for a lot of Shotel warriors, not Shotel, yeah, it's Krambit warriors. I always get some of these names mixed up. Light Cavalry trying to protect his villager there. The Light Cavalry could be quickly poked and killed off by these pikemen. Red's going for an outpost there. This proxy stable may just want to be cancelled. I do have another castle now being pulled out by Blue. Got more Krambit warriors now being deployed on out. He has 2 keeps or castles here. Designed just for mass Krambit warriors. I believe sure there are half population each as well. They're not good. They're dirt cheap and spammable, and they do move decently well. Starting to siege down this castle there. It's good damage onto it, but it's low ground damage as well. Ballista elephants advancing forward. Not sure how Krambit warriors fare against ballista elephants. And the Bullets Elephant only does 1 damage against these trebuchets. Not a good item in this case. Scorpion just moving forward could be easily overwhelmed. Bullets Elephant could get inside the garrison. Does convert some of these Karambit warriors. The Karambit warriors trying to stab and does take out these monks there. Bullets Elephant fires a shot there. And just keeps seeing massive amounts of damage now. Trying to put up these castle there. The villagers are, of course, going to stand and fight there.
Yep.
Or maybe they're not standing fighting there. The keep does go down, which means he'll have less Bullets Elephant. Or now just got mass Karambit warrior. He's designed to spam out these Karambit warriors. Blue right now is eyeing for some hussars. Got still more scorpions here. Scorpions wouldn't be half bad for the Karambit warriors if he had a decent escort. And right now he does get more hussars in the build queue. Trying to hit this trebuchet that's trying to run away. Hussars advancing forward, trying to get some damage onto these Karambit warriors. We do have these hussars trying to hit these Karambit warriors as well. Karambit warriors are slowly going on down. Blue has less villagers than his opponent currently. 100 versus 109. And now we got another castle going down for blue. Not able to deploy out enough ballista elephants or scorpions at the moment. There's going to be a lot of these elite Karambit warriors against forward. They now have 40 health, 10 attack, and only cost half population each. Oh, and looks like blue does back out of the game now. Overall, he lost probably a little bit too much siege weapons and didn't really got enough forces. Look at that. Blue had so much gold and didn't spend it. Either way, this is Android saying, thank you for watching, and on the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the left side as, or south left side as the Pink Malay, we have Donnie 87. Spawn on top right side as the Blue Cumans, we have Tur, Romantico H. And it looks like there's a temporary pause there, but it looks like both players are back in the game. Let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. The Malay, they are a naval civilization on a map of no naval. Advanced next age is faster, which will result in more villagers. Fishing traps will cost 33% less. That's not important. Battle elephants cost 30% less in castle age and 40% less in feudal age. Infantry armor upgrades are free, which is very good both for the Karambit warriors, the unique units. It's a cheap, fast-producing, half-population melee unit. And for their Imperial Age technology, Force Levy, Militia Alliance gold cost replaced by additional food cost. Team bonus. And that's not important. Dock line site. Cumans, a relatively rare civilization in general. And I hear a lot of sheep pawing. Cavalry civilization. Additional towns can be built in the feudal age, which could be very useful on an arena map, that's for sure. Siege workshops are available, and battle rams are available in the feudal age. It's also pretty good. Cap rams available in castle age. Very, very nice. I heard some sounds there. Looks like the scouts are engaging, and it looks like Pink Scout does win out. Unique cavalry is 5% faster in each age, starting in feudal age. Unique use Kipjack. It's a cavalry archer that fires 3 arrows per volley and has a pretty fast draw time. Unique text is Step Husbandry. Like cavalry, stealth lancers and cavalry archers train 100% faster. Cuman mercenaries. Each team member can get 5 elite Kipjacks, which I'm pretty sure is more of a team game research. Not a single 1v1. Team bonus. Palisade walls get additional health. It's very nice. I don't think he can get stone walls out, so that's very important for him. Overall, I think the Kuman player is going to do quite well. He has another towns that are already built, so his villager count should skyrocket. He has 41 versus 32, which is a significant amount. He needs to get out fast castle as soon as he can. Though Blue's fast castle age will be delayed since it's gaining a lot of extra since he's getting a lot of extra villagers. Now Pink is in castle age, Blue is getting his castle age now, so he can't get a third town center at the moment, but he does have still a significant lead in villagers. He's out a third town center as soon as he can, and now he is going to claim up this gold on the outside of his walls. And now got Castle Age for the Kuman player now. The villager count is slightly in favor of the Kuman player. 56 versus 54. Get another town center now, so now they have a similar town center number. Now do have a castle going on up for the Kuman player that will allow him to get access to his Kipjacks, which also do decently well for his buildings since the extra arrows means just in general inherent damage for his buildings. Looks like that scout does go down to Pink Spearman. We do got some stone walls going up for Pink as well. And as well, Blue does also have better battering rams in the stage, able to get cap rams not in Imperial Age. Can you get full siege rams? Does get conversion there onto the Kipjack, very nice. He does well on the southern flank. Can he get out siege rams? No siege rams, yes he can. He can't get bombards, nor can he get hand cannoneers. Can get cannon galleons, but is not going to important here. Overall, the gunpowder technology, gunpowder units for the Kumans are quite minimal, though he still wants to get chemistry out for additional archer damage. Got a pair of battering rams pulled on field. He may be eyeing for his battering. Siege workshops. Probably eyeing for his battering rams. Blue's also confirmed Imperial Age. Maybe sign for some Mangonels. Mangonels are not bad. He could also get what? Siege onagers as well? He can get all the siege onagers, but cannot get siege engineers. We do not have towns that are being pulled out on the field. Seeing the capped ram now, while Imperial Age is on the way, then he should get some pretty quick siege rams. We got double air stone walls there. That's the melee player on eye for the long game. He's been trying to eventually throw trash at his opponent. Leaves opponent's soul dry. Got fletching crossbow being researched by Pink as well. Fast forward, nobody's eyeing for aggression at the moment. Yeah, a massive wave of crossbowmen. Can he get Bracer? He can get Bracer and all the archer armor research. We got some cap rams on out on the field. Do we see siege ram? Not at the moment. Getting some Kipjacks. Oh no, he just got siege ram. And these things will demolish these line of walls. Remember, siege rams do decent AoE damage. Though do know as well, while he can't get battering rams in Feudal Age, he cannot. The battering rams do not get the AoE damage in Feudal Age. As something just to nerf the Kuman slightly in order from destroying everything in sight. It's meant to be a pinpoint target, not a destroy everything target sort of aspect. House goes down to the splash damage. Castle's one going down. What does Pink have for defense? He does have more population out on the field, so he has a decent force out somewhere. Mostly crossbows. He needs the armor research, that's definitely for sure. He's getting arbalist research. Kipjacks right now have 6 range. Can he get Bracer? He cannot get Bracer, so they can't go past 6 range. Crossbowmen right now do have 8 range. We have another castle in front of you. Kipjacks push away forward. Need some good damage on those crossbows, but he looks like a bit too much damage. Just has to fall back. These capped or siege rams can annihilate all the structures, and the Arbalest won't be able to do much. Right now, Arbalest only have 8 range, and now he's trying to hit these capped or siege rams. Kipjacks could advance them forward and use them as a way to draw fire. I do have Parthian tactics being researched out. We'll give these Kipjacks some additional armor, up to 6 pierce armor. Yes, it does. Arbalest right now is doing 10 damage, so they'll take 4 damage each. They only have 40 health. I wonder if they get improved by bloodlines. I'm not so sure. Kipjacks and Arbalest engaging in range. It looks like most of the Kipjacks will go down, but now he's using these. He's quickly summoning Shotel Warriors with these cap rams, or siege rams. Very, very nice. He's starting to do some various other infrastructure. Let's take out that, what was that, barracks or archer range there? But he should save his castle right there. More Kipjacks being cloned. He's going for some scouts and like cavalry research. He can get out Hussars. And do got a large number of Shotel warriors now engaging these rams. It does save the castle there, but he will use a lot of stone to get it repaired up. Now Arbalest and now advancing forward. We've got the light cavalry research. They do not have any armor research at the moment. First round of armor is being employed on the field. And they will get annihilated without that armor. A crop rotation, more light cavalry now being employed on the field. Now, do you have the Shotel Warriors advancing forward as well? He does get 3 infantry armor as melee, so this is a pretty decent force here. Shotel Warriors, I don't think they'll really do any bonus damage with anything like light cavalry Hussars, but they have a lot of mass there now. They're only regular Karambit Warriors, so don't get the increased health or the elite Karambit Warrior there. He's trying to get for more Kipchaks. He looks like he only has one castle at the moment. He has some pikemen or halberdiers now researched, very nice. But for another castle, he's out for Kipchaks. He does have Thumb Ring as well, very nice. We're gonna stand to get out some Mangonels at current rate. Kipchaks find the volley there. They, of course, will be outranged. Does get some AoE damage there. Does do some of these Kipchaks. Does have the Hussars research. Does have 2 sets of armor there. 3rd set of armor on the build queue. Worthless conscription, as well as more villagers. And Shotel Warriors are taking, or not Shotel Warriors, Private Warriors taking out the rest of these stables. We do have some Scorpions in the battlefield. Are they heavy Scorpions or regular Scorpions? You cannot get heavy Scorpions, so they're just regular Scorpions. Just going to try to do a quick spawn there. There are heavy Scorpions, of course, are inherently cheaper than Onagers. Hussars trying to push forward. We've got these forces slowly creeping forward, taking on a large number of these stables. There's a lot of infrastructure down. He only has 12 Kipchaks moments going through the elite factor research. And one thing increases their range. That would be really important if it does increase their range. These halberdiers are streaming forward. He does not have Myrtle's research, but these keeps are going to be very useful in one line. Now we've got these light cavalry and the Kipchaks facing forward. The Scorpions have been abandoned there. He's trying to push the way forward. A large number of halberdiers in this region. The Kipchaks getting some great damage. Parking Cactus does allow the Kipchaks to do bonus damage versus these pikemen. Scorpions advance forward, find some great AoE damage onto these Arbalists. Kipchaks firing away against good damage there. Elite Kipchak research does not increase the range, but does increase the arrow count there, getting a little bit more damage, as well as the primary arrow. This castle is going to receive quite a bit of fire there, trying to pick up more halberdiers to push it forward. He's getting thrown a lot of arrows, and these halberdiers are not hitting these Arbalists. He just simply does not have enough Kipchaks here to really push through with these halberdiers. He's picking them off one at a time. These Hussars only have 6 pierce armor. The Arbalists have 10 damage, so receive 4 damage per arrow. Now finds a good angle there, gets good damage onto these halberdiers. Halberdiers being stretched by the Hussars. The Kipchaks able to fire with impunity there. Bombards against forward with a good number of trebuchets. Starting to get some hits there onto the Bombards. Maybe going to get the folks in the Arbalists. If he takes out the escort, he can take out those siege weapons in no time. Got a good number of Hussars advancing forward. Now he's able to hit these Arbalists. Still hitting that Hussars, hitting those are probably fine, just not the Kipchaks. He needs to have these Kipchaks hit these Arbalists. Kipchaks is now falling back. He does lose his other castle there, which is going now straight for Hussars. He has no more Kipchaks, and that is the end of the replay. This is Android saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay. Goths versus Spanish. Greetings everyone, Android here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on bottom left side as the yellow Goths, we have Hoi. Spawn on top right side as the blue Spanish, we have Anti-Demon in Edgelord speak. Let's go over each player's civilization bonuses. Cost 20% less, 25% less, 30% less, and 35% less in each of the ages. Amshire gets +1 attack per age, starting feudal age. So imagine +0, 1, 2, 3. Per when it comes to the ages. Scout did push forward to get some harassment on in. Those get +5 attack versus boar, very handy indeed. You get +15 carrying meat, so sometimes you may need to drop off the meat early if you need that food in order to invest in villagers. And hunts last 20% longer, very good because this also provides a lot of extra resources having the hunts last that long. Loom can't be instantly researched, does still cost the 50 gold, however. So it used to be originally like free loom, which actually made it really powerful. But making the loom still, honestly, they could have made it so that loom is free, but still have plus 50 gold. But sometimes people want that 50 gold for something else. And +10 maximum population in feudal age, so you go up to 210 max population. Unique units, Huscarl, a fast-moving infantry unit, generally useful versus archers. Detects Anarchy, can use Huscarls at the barracks. Perfusion, barracks work 100% faster. And now we've got these force advances forward before I'm able to cover both players' civilization bonuses. And barracks work 20% faster, so you know, potentially up to 120% faster working barracks, unless they are effective multiplicative, then that is a little bit different. Oops, not sure what I hit. Man-at-arms trying to get them some sort of engagement there. These gold miners are nice and safe behind their walls. Now let's take a look at blue civilization benefits. Spanish, a fan favorite. Our gunpowder monk civilization. Builders work 30% faster, very handy. Blacksmiths don't cost gold, very handy, or upgrades don't cost gold. Cannon galleons benefit from ballistics, fire faster, more accurately. Gunpowder units fire 18% faster, making it so we have some pretty good hand cannoneers. Receive units and get +20 gold for each technology research, a little bit of a cash rebate. Unique units, Conquistador, mounted hand cannoneer, a fan favorite. And missionary, that is something you do with your wife. Unique text, Inquisition, monks convert fast and get missionaries +1 range. Additionally, you have all missionary technologies. Supremacy, a bit of a meme technology, but can be very handy sometimes. Team bonus, trade units generated, that's not important on this map. Just break through some of these palisade walls there. Trying to get these villagers safe, trying to collect as much gold as possible. He's trying to pull out. He's just trying to stall out. I think he's trying to collect enough gold to get the next age, trying to repair up the wall now. But I think he's just trying to. And now we got a whole lot of man-at-arms. There's also some militia here. Got more man-at-arms upon field. He does break through that palisade wall there. Now he's trying to abandon the region. Does get a kill there on one of the man-at-arms. You only have one inherent pierce armor. So we do have a large number of man-at-arms on the field. Just one less now. Archers can push away forward as well. We got aggression from the Goth player. We do not have Castle Age for the Spanish player. I think he bought, used the market there for a bit of gold.
Yes.
Oops. I got dropped last game. It's weird one. Looks like something may have happened. I wonder if the game got paused. I'm not so sure what happened right there. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. He's trying to break through this region. Does break through the palisade wall there. And arms receiving quite a bit of damage there from town center. And one of them may go down. One of them does go down. The other two will breach on through. We got this deer being claimed as well. Now this man-at-arms patrolling around. They're a little bit wounded, so the villagers could stay in the fight, but one of them is actually quite wounded herself. Archers and spearmen trying to advance it forward. Remember, he gets bonus damage versus buildings with his infantry units as well, so he can break through these buildings relatively quickly as well. Now do have Castle Age for Blue, and he's going straight for. Oh, that's not a castle, that's a town center, ain't it? We do have quite a bit of stone being collected by Blue as well. We're going to see a castle for Fast Castle, because you want those to mount Conquistadors. They're a very, very nice unit to use. House is starting to go on down. The house does go on down.
Monday.
Let's get some damage there. These forces are on a patrol around. Here has not been fully claimed, so it's going to be left to rot.
Servidora.
Now we've got these forces trying to advance on the forward, trying to find some sort of engagement. There's the another town center. I thought he was going to go for a castle, but guess not. He's right now just trying to play the villager game. He does have castle age. His opponent is only a feudal age. We got castle age now on the build queue for yellow. He's going to be a bit behind him. Actually, no. The Spanish players lost some lowest number of villagers there, so he is currently down behind on villager count, but that can be easily be changed. Oh yeah, one reason why he's behind on villager count is because of the castle age research itself.
Yeah.
We got these forces patrolling around trying to find an engagement. As rebuilding that house, has rebuilt that house. So these home wreckers may destroy it again. Let's find a follow down that villager. He does have fletching. He's going to try to escape, or is he going to try to push on forward? The man-at-arms may just want to hack apart these housing. Not much they can do in most of these engagements, and the villagers could try hitting some of these farming villagers. And now Yellow has researched his castle age. Going for crossbow and bodkin arrow research. He cannot go to Arbalest. He can get up to Bracer. Now do got a castle here. And fourth town center for blue. The villager count is in favor of blue thanks to all those additional town centers. Just the one town center for yellow. The second town center on the way. Now we've got crossbow research and as well as potentially, yeah, bodkin arrows finished. And now he can safely siege down this town center at 4 arrows per volley. Probably better just to hit those farms, honestly. The scout does escape on out with 1 health remaining. Got siege workshop going on out. While going for some Maganos. More villagers being created, hitting these farms. Very nice. This villager is currently not doing anything just a moment. As could task onto the berries. And now we've got these crossbowmen moving around, trying to find a potential engagement onto these villagers over here. This villager's quite wounded, so she could eventually be picked off. Scorpion upon the field. We've seen a lot of scorpions recently, haven't we? Farm under siege. It has no inherent pierce armor or hack armor, so it can easily be destroyed and turn all of those fruit and vegetables into kebabs. And you can't eat kebabs now, can you?
Presto.
That crossbow went a little bit too close to that town center, but does not get retaliated on. And the man-at-arms do clean up both those housings, very nice. Blue's just eyeing for more villagers. Even with a castle on the field, we don't see any conquistadors. That's sort of strange. What is the Goth player going? We do have a Scorpion getting great hits there onto these man-at-arms. He's going for more villagers and wheelbarrow, very nice. Let's see, he has 3 town centers out on the field. Get some damage there onto these crossbowmen.
Yeah.
His crossbowmen a little bit wounded, nothing too significant. Now we do have a first Conquistador out on the field. Conquistador has 6 range, these crossbowmen have 7 range. But the Conquistador does get the first shot there, and not even the Leopard is trying to eat these guys' faces.
Start the game already!
Looks like the game was paused once again. More stone walls now going on up along the flank. Doesn't get this gold deposit inside. So here we do have this crossbowman being pursued by the leopard.
Yeah.
And yellow is just going for, has 5 villager queues on the field. Not going to be able to employ a large military with that large queue. You may want to eye for a lot of skirmishers to engage the conquistadors. He's fighting in Spanish. You're going to fight against a lot of skirmishers. So skirmishers or conquistadors. Skirmishers would be a good item to hit those conquistadors. And probably wait for the Huscarls to really engage the conquistadors to get a fast moving infantry unit, because Conquistador's not exactly the fastest infantry unit there. Mangonel pushing way forward as well. Crossbowman fires a volley there. Mangonel does roll a miss. And the Scorpion gets some great collateral damage there, but good hit there onto those Conquistadors. Fires another volley there. 2 of the Conquistadors do go down, but does take out the Mangonel in return. Scorpion got some great shots there. Yellow is still behind villager count, even though he has 5 villager queues somehow. How many? Looks like blue only has 2 villager queues at the moment. That has 4 town centers on the field, but not really maintaining the villager production all too well. Blue also has a large amount of food. He's going for Imperial Age now. The Imperial Age, wheelbarrow, and villagers now being poured on now.
Hey, yeah.
Yellow's only eyeing villagers. And he's not exactly close going for Imperial Age at the moment, now is he? But for our line of housing there, very nice. Conquistadors fancy support with some Scorpion support. Unusual attack, but somewhat successful at the moment since not being retaliated all too well. You have another castle going up for blue. And now we got yellow has a castle as well, a defensive castle. He may be eyeing to get out his technology there. How many barracks do we see on the field? Just the one. Looks like both players are receiving a lot of lag spikes. I suppose it's an even fight. That may explain one reason why both players are being a little bit timid at the moment. Not sure. But yeah, a nice line of housing there. Nova expects the housing creep to your base. Conquistadors engaging some of these lone villagers. Yellow has more villagers than its opponent currently, and now do have the Imperial Age for blue. While Skrulls not being put on the field, they do have 7 inherent Pierce armor. You got a pair of boar here. Actually, there's 2 boar there. Yellow could actually claim the boar. That's a lot of valuable food. Skrulls are being focused down there. They're receiving massive hits. And now do have another castle being poured out by yellow. His Imperial Age is almost complete. And now do have Imperial Age for complete for yellow. He's getting for Bracer Research, trying to get some good skirmishers. He is going for elite skirmishers as well. He has a good number of skirmishers on the field, just not exactly upgraded all too well. Now do see some barracks being put on the field. We may see a big line of Huscarls relatively soon, but do not have these trebuchets being supported with Scorpion support. I don't see his castle technologies just yet. And now some of these barracks are starting to go down. Got, of course, a good number of trebuchets here, as well as conquistadors. We'll need a lot of skirmishers to help engage this force. The outpost does go down. One of the barracks do go down as well. We got chemistry and pierce armor and archer armor now being pulled on out. That is his final level archer armor. We got 15 skirmishers here versus the 14 or 13 conquistadors and 1 light cavalry. There's also still a number of scorpions in the field. Do we see heavy scorpion research? Can the Spanish get heavy scorpion research? He cannot get heavy scorpion research. Trying to get some conversions off there. We've got some of the skirmishers do get converted. Trying to get some hits on the conquistadors, trying to stall out the off player. Now you have the Imperial Age technology, which is Perfusion Bear Scork faster. And you have Huscarls being put up by the other castle as well. or nope, he just built Huskarls and then queued up the Castle Age tech or Imperial Age technology. Perfusion's now in the build queue, but he's repairing up the castle. Taking a bit of damage there. And will lose the castle there before he gets his Imperial Age technology. Now he has to rely on skirmishers and whatever spearmen he can pull out. A lot of infrastructure going down for Yellow. That's not good. He does have his own trebuchet there, trying to go for a backline castle now. And these light cavalry so far no counter. He's not been deploying out any sort of proper amount of spearmen or any. Now he needs some pikemen. He needs population space as well. The castle being pulled out will improve his population spacing, or maybe not. That's going for more barracks being pulled on out. When those trebuchets do go down, Yellow's trebuchet is still up and going. We're seeing some does go down there. Nothing being brought up by this castle at the moment. Those are still trying to clean up some gold. Or not gold, stone. Hussars advancing forward, trying to get some engagement over here. This town center is garrisoned by a single villager, but there's not enough damage output in order to fire off arrows. He needs a second villager in there. Now Blue's going for a forward castle as well. Pikemen or halberdiers not being put on the field, try to stab these forces. We got a good wave of halberdiers now being put on the field. Still has getting some skirmishes out. Both will be necessary at this moment in time. May need to get out a trebuchet of his own to help engage that castle if it gets completely deployed out. Or fully built. Hussar being very annoying over here. We're getting more forces. He is as per of the keep there. He's not getting the fusion technology just yet. This key or castle's almost out. This trebuchet needs to push forward, start hitting it. More halberdiers on turn forward, trying to deal with these forces. And then we got the man-at-arms research there. I'm not sure why it's going for man-at-arms research. At this point in time, man-at-arms are not going to be useful. Team Blast Forge as well. Halberdiers being pulled on field. Blue's castles receive quite a bit of damage. Yellow's castle still at full health, trying to go for more trebuchets. Halberdiers just trying to soft retreat away, trying to get some more forces before engaging because the conquistors are still posing massive threat to them. And now it does take out some of those Hussars. We got the skirmishers going down. Right now, Blue has claimed 4 relics as well. The last relic may not have been spotted yet. It's in bottom left, safe capture with Yellow. And now we've got multiple trebuchets and bombards hitting Blue's keep, so that will go down shortly. But he's losing a large number of halberdiers to that castle now. But now the castle's down. Got more skirmishers, halberdiers being put on the field. A very trash force. Engage with these Hussars quite well. They got more skirmish transport. Trying to slowly whittle down these conquistadors. So no perfusion technology just yet. He has a bit amount of food and gold and stone. Wood, sort of. Small amount of stone. Enough for repairs, that's about it. Just trying to go for more halberdiers, which are doing good work. He still can't engage his conquistadors, so he's doing a good job keeping them on the back line. He has a couple of these scorpions still firing away as well. Time to watch this game has a kill count to see how much kills they got him, as well as some of these conquistadors. The halberdiers now charging forward. Some of these trebuchets are being cut off. He has destroyed a large amount of Yellow's infrastructure. But now Yellow's starting to make advance. He's throwing enough trash his opponent. Remember, his inherent team bonus is faster working barracks by 20%. So he may not have perfusion, but he has other production upgrades. Got these sewage workshops now receiving a bit of fire there. They're filled with bombards. They'll be overran by the halberdiers. More barracks being put on the field. Right now, Yellow has 160 villagers. With that extra maximum population cap, he's going to field a smaller army, but he's going to have the income to throw the trash at his opponent. Though right now he's a bit low in wood. He has another castle over here. I wonder if he got confusion. I cannot really there's no way for me to check it. Certainly may not have gotten the Anarchy, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Anarchy technology. Halberdiers, skirmishers, maintain forward. He's going to maintain a decent gold reserve, because whatever gold he does is collecting. He's already spending it, and now the conquistadors getting overran. Now got the Horde advancing on forward. He got some of these conquistadors, a lot of barracks or stables here. He needs to transition to something else. He's fighting against a lot of halberdiers and skirmishers. At this point in time, he needs to go for a swordsman. You also see the Spanish player needs to really eye to start transitioning to swordsman tech and not just rely on hussars. He can get supplies, he can get Gambersons, he can get up all the champions, and as well as all the infantry technologies. Right, that is a very expensive ask. So his gold mine is starting to go down, which he still has a bit of gold inside his walls, and I'm not sure there's any more gold over there, sort of hard to tell. Now Yellow's going for a forward castle here. Hussars maybe will take out this trebuchet. Halberdiers not really engaging his forces. Got some, now that some halberdiers able to get some damage onto these hussars. Maybe even take out that bombard in time. It does take out the bombard barely though. Halberdiers now engaging these hussars. This bombard will go down. I'm not sure where the conquistadors went. There's the conquistadors. Halberdiers is charging forward against good damage from these conquistadors. Nothing he could go for is rather than conquistadors, he could go for hand cannoneers. Hand cannoneers do not receive bonus damage from halberdiers, so they should be reasonably well versus halberdiers as well as skirmishers. He needs to transition to hand cannoneers, and that requires very little technology to keep in line. You may still want to go for the, I suppose they still use range archer armor like the conquistadors. So I think hand cannoneers would be a better transition than just relying on his conquistador all the time. And going for his own frontline spearmen and pikemen would be very useful, and halberdiers, just him to hold the front line as well. Yeah, hold the front line better than his current hussars. I just love those sound. You may not be shift clicking if you hear that. You may be left mouse spam clicking. Yep, you have shift clicking for Yellow, very nice. He's going out for more halberdiers. Halberdiers do force to double and stand towards buildings thanks to his civilization bonus. So they will do reasonably well versus all these stables. Yellow's castle does go down there, but it does have still a good number of halberdiers poking through these hussars. Conquistadors starting to get overran. And not necessarily overran, but now see some damage there. He's done a good choke point there to hit these forces, trying to avoid any additional halberdier shots there. And right now, a lot of these stables don't go down. Maybe a battery ram 2 wouldn't be off bad to help hit these structures a bit better. Bombards are a decent choice, as well as any trebuchets if he had them still alive. Now up here, now got these lone halberdiers just go around hitting this various exposed villagers. Very nice. We got a number of defensive castles here, so these halberdiers don't want to see those. Does he have the murder holes? He does not have murder holes. He does have the hoardings, as well as all of his architecture and masonry. Halberdiers charging forward, trying to get some damage on these forces. More skirmishers to push way forward as well, getting some hits there on the castle. Has 7,000 health. And oh, we got some yellow barracks here. Bringing in some of these halberdiers. These halberdiers are being picked off one by one. These conquistadors advancing forward, trying to hit some more reinforcements. And yeah, blue is low in population space. He needs to pull out some housing there. Just build maybe 20 housing there in case of, not necessarily 20, but a lot of housing in case he starts losing his castles. He doesn't want to be put up top cap. And now he's trying to transition to hand cannoneers. That is the better transition at this point in time than the conquistadors. Plus, they also get bonus damage versus infantry. So they should be very good in this situation to receive less bonus damage in return. Halberdiers advancing forward. They can pose up the castles, so they don't have murder holes. So we got the horde of halberdiers advancing forward. He must have perfusion research. We see lots of halberdiers maintain enough income there. And look, Yellow now has a massive reserve of food and wood there. He's able to expand himself efficiently enough. Remember, she's also cheaper as well. And now they build produce faster. They are a lot cheaper. Well, it's trash. Yeah, they're even cheaper trash. He needs to get a group of hand cannoneers. Just start regrouping hand cannoneers, rely to be in more the urbanized area, and start getting good numbers of them. He's starting to get some great damage there, being funneled one at a time, so hand cannoneers are doing a good job, getting overrun, while the Horde is only doing minimal damage since they don't do any bonus damage versus these hand cannoneers. The hand cannoneers are doing great work. Going for some Hussars is never half bad to overrun some certain siege weapons. But here comes hand cannoneers. Have to avoid the bombard fire still, and now we got the Hussars charging forward, trying to overrun the various siege weapons as well as some skirmishers. And remember as well, these hand cannoneers do fire faster as well, fire 18% faster. Very precise number, honestly. Hussars charging forward, trying to get some damage on in. Some good damage there on that keep or castle, getting all the words mixed up between this game and Age of Empires 4. The castle will go down. There's a lot of bombards as well as a trebuchet hitting it. And here the hand cannoneers getting some good damage. We've got some lone barracks here. And these barracks can do some significant damage because this is how quickly they can build. They can pull out a little horde themselves. Castle will go down. Hussars trying to charge it forward. Yes, and hand cannoneers reaching. Conquistadors firing away. This area is pretty open, so it's better for open areas for the melee units and better for closed areas for the ranged units. Got a good number of skirmishers here, but now we've got the Hussars charging forward, trying to get some damage on in these forces. Trying to move and hold stock order. So I have to deal with some of these lone barracks. Got these Hussars charging forward, trying to get some damage on in. Skirmishers getting some damage as well. We do have these more barracks in the front field. Hand cannoneers in a good angle. No, it looks like they're hitting some other stuff in general. I think they're maybe... No, they're not hitting the barracks there, so he's hitting units. Cannoneers do have also a bit more range than Conquistadors, which they are not elite Conquistadors either. So Conquistadors have 6 range, hand cannoneers do have 7 range. These Javelin elite skirmishers have 8 range, though. Some of these hand cannoneers are starting to go down to the bombards. Bombards getting some great hits there. He's trying to overrun them with the Hussars, but he lost a majority of his hand cannoneers to those bombards. And looks like I think Blue backed out of the game now. That's Anagrade saying thank you for watching and on to play. Well, I have time for one more game tonight. Portuguese versus the Huns. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the south side as the Yellow Portuguese, we have Hoi. Spawn on the north side as the Blue Huns, we have Gorlami. And this is a arena map with stone walls, so let's go ahead and do ×4 fast forward. Portuguese generally do great in arena maps. Naval and gunpowder civilization. All units cost 20% less gold. Warriors generate additional wood, additional to food. Ships not important. Better read us, that's the important part there. Unique units, organ guns. They are a siege unit I'm not really a big fan of at the moment. Arquebus, gunpowder fire units fire more accurately, and research technologies research faster. Huns. They are a cavalry civilization. They do not need housing there, so he can put more buildings inside his walls. Cavalry archers cost less than castle and even more Imperial Age. Trebuchets are more accurate, make it better in Trev Wars. Very important when you don't have bombards. Parkin, an anti-siege cavalry unit. No, a siege cavalry unit, not anti-siege. Use bonus aim for his buildings. Marauders can create targets to the stables. Not important there. Atheism. So if your opponent claims more relics, that actually could be very useful, especially in these arena maps. As well as stables work to 20% faster. Now here, both players now at Castle Age, so go and see relics now being captured. If you take a look over here, we do have 2 relics right here, relatively safe for yellow. That's over here, but more close to yellow. This one's safe for cyan, and we've got this one as a toss-up. Overall, this relic placement was much more favorable to yellow by far. Primarily this one, because there's no counterpart to this placement here. And yellow is Portuguese players, so the Hun may need to get some Imperial Age technology to reduce the gold income from those relics. In fact, if his opponent claims 2, no, if his opponent claims 3 and he claims 2, he will actually get more gold from the relic income. Got 3 scouts right here trying to push his way forward, and maybe trying to they're on anti-monk formation. Science monk push way forward, trying to go for the more risky relic right there. Spearmen here can easily be overwhelmed by the light cavalry, and there's just only scouts for the Portuguese at the moment. One relic's playing. It was the relative that was the safe one. The not so safe outside one, it still could be claimed. Sign will claim this relic. Sign's only going for villagers at the moment, not any additional forces. Yellow's going for more villagers and more monks. And Blue will claim 2 relics. That's all he really needs with his Imperial Age technology to deny half his opponent's income. So if the opponent claims the rest of the 3, and he has Imperial Age technology, his opponent will have less income than a tithe from him than his opponent. Than him. Blah, I keep getting all the words mixed up. I'm a little bit tired there. Scouts will receive some fire there from the spearman, and does pick off that monk there as well. Trying to go for conversion there, but the spearman will win out. Needs some significant damage on 3 of those scouts. Picks off that one there. The scout may, or light cavalry may push on forward. It does not pick off that monk there. Has couple good health scouts there. I think the light cavalry should win out for this spearman. They're being upgraded pikemen now. No additional pikemen on the build queue. He's starting to heal them up, which is going to be very important. And this relic's being claimed by Sign as well, so overall the Hun's doing a great job of playing the relic game. Does take out one of those pikemen, does take out 2 of those scouts in return, and these are the 3 scouts that are just 1 stab away from death. Cyan is going aggressive. He's trying to claim this relic there. And yeah, Cyan is going to force back Yellow's scout as well. These monks could take, one of these monks could take time to heal him up. Trying to go for the conversion down that scout. Going to scout there. It does get the conversion time, does save the monk there, but now here comes the pikeman. Does finish off the wounded, let's finish off some of these wounded light cavalry, and that is the rest of Yellow's force. He has 1 pikeman advanced forward. These scouts are reasonably health. Does lose 1 of the scouts or light cavalry there, and does pick himself up that relic. So it looks like Sign will claim 4 relics. Very important indeed.
Yes.
Looks like they pause the game, now resume. Yellow's now eyeing for a forward keep. And he does have enough force there, does get some of those light cavalry converted as well. Scouts or light cavalry push back on in. He's saving his monk there. The monk trying to go for a healing there, but nope, he does leave his brother literally to die. And now do have a forward keep, or not keep, castle now pull it on the field. He's going for some organ guns. Science now trying to pull out town center, trying to clean up that stone. Remember as well, while the Portuguese player has lost the relic war, he can still get the Federita income for additional gold income. Gonna breach through these walls. This monk monastery here, has all the relics inside. Going for a nice little outpost as well. Very nice. And do have Imperial H for the Portuguese player. He may want to pull out an early Federita. Cyan's not going for Imperial H at the moment. He is very far away from the food before going up to Imperial H at the moment. He does have 4 town centers at the moment. Going for a market now, has a lot of gold claimed as well. Palisade Wall has been cleaned on up. We've got all these organ guns here. He may want to get out of Siege Workshop and go for a battering ram. And now these converted light cavalry won't cause him issues. You could try going for Redemption. Monks do have decent range, 9 range. These organ guns only have 7 range. And Yellow's now on Imperial Age. Let's finish off those light cavalry. And now do have another castle being pulled on the field. This is not good for Cyan. He is nowhere near Imperial Age to get out trebuchets, nor does he have his own castle pulled on the field. Mangonel's going to have to do a lot of work here. And now do have a defensive castle here. That's going to be very important. He is Hun. He doesn't need to build housing, so there's a lot of area back here for production buildings, which he will desperately need. He's getting a good amount of stone over here. I think he may have bought a lot of food there. Wasn't really paying attention. A lot of his farm is not working as well, so he's pretty close to... There's Imperial Age there. He's a trebuchet out as soon as possible, but Yellow already has a trebuchet out in the field. And he can go for some bombards. He's getting chemistry now. Mangonel fires, takes out one of the organ guns, the other one severely damaged, 1 health remaining. And now fires a good volley there, getting some 2 organ guns down. Trebuchet and organ gun down. He just lost his entire army there. Eichmann trying to show that wall who's boss. Does repair up that castle there. Get these villagers tasks come back on food. Got another trebuchet on the build queue for Yellow. Multiple trebuchets now put on the field. Spear will not be able to push on forward. They're a little bit wounded. Could throw inside the castle, get some health regen. Magnol's trying to push him forward. He's going to try and engage these trebuchets there. They only have 7 range. The castle itself has 10 range and does pose a massive threat to Magnol's. He's just holding out for the Imperial Age, trying to get out, keep his own, but it's not looking all too well. Monastery does the garrison there. Or Yellow does not have any monks to claim up those relics. Just bring up the castle there. These Mangonels need to push forward and perhaps claim some of and destroy some of these trebuchets. Fine technologies for Cyan, apparently. He does lose one of the Mangonels to the castle fire. No, we do have a trebuchet on the build queue. It's not looking good. And now he's trying to pull out some forward infrastructure. He's trying to pull out models at the front line to get that gold income. Using all the stone to get this castle repaired. He does not have access to bombards, but remember, Hun trebuchets are more accurate, so he may need to go for the triple war rather than going for the castle kill. Now you got the castle board there. Cyan's trebuchet immediately received 2 hits there, being very unlucky there, but does see 2 misses there. Castle under fire. Does get another trebuchet to pull on field. He's going for the castle board or trip board. We do have a bombard here, which does pose a massive threat to the trebuchets. Now the trebuchet's been packed on up, trying to back on off. Some of these villagers do go down to the bombard, I believe. There's a monk there, going to be cleaning up all these relics. Very nice. He will get out a 3rd trebuchet. No, he did not get a 3rd trebuchet in time. going for horse armor, going for horse health, and one of the trebuchets do go down. The hunting player does have 5 more village opponent, but there's still a lot of threats here. Going for backline farms there, not very neat though. Mangonel does go down there. Going for stone walls there. He's down to 1 town center as well. What is Yellow's production queue looking like? He's not probably passing the monk there. Doesn't take much to get them all in there. Going for a big line of barracks right now. Maybe for Continerados? Maybe the best idea he can get is not have them even man-at-arms research, let alone longswords champion, 2-man swordsman. So going for Continerados wouldn't be half bad. He may be eyeing for some spearmen. And he does have halberdier research. He's at pop cap. Oh wait, I just realized Sign's claimed some of this gold. He does have a spot there. There's some outposts in that region. The Sign does have gold income. And right now, the Portuguese player is on pop cap. Oh, he built a Federita, that's why he was at pop cap. Trying to pull out some more housing as well. Got a lot of forward siege works now devoted up by Yellow. Sign is that's gold deposits almost clean on up. They do got a keep here being put up by Yellow. And I'm not sure what these villagers are trying to do. They're being gunned down. The looks have been claimed by Yellow, but they still can be reclaimed. Yellow's not going for ballistics, very nice. Looks like the Goth is eyeing for knights here, trying to quickly raid and destroy all these trebuchets. They're all being packed on up. And now we got the Cavalier research. These guys are on hold ground sound, which is not good. He does do a quick strike, falls back, and we got a good number of pikemen or halberdiers right there. He knew siege weapons are vulnerable to cavalry rushes, and that's why he pulled out halberdiers. And it looks like the Cavaliers are now forced to engage. You can't get the Paladin research. So it looks like these Cavaliers will go down. And with that, I think it's going to be game. He's almost out of gold as well. And Sign does cast in GG now. This is Aaron Grade saying, thank you for watching, on to the next replay. So as I mentioned beforehand, that is going to be my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and enjoy.